Okay, so class 2017 Tenbridge, United Kingdom of Great Britain, the first day. Alright. Dun dun dun. Well, it looks gorgeous, this place, you know, Tenbridge. Yeah. Alright, we've arrived at Tenbridge. Also known as Cambridge, but due to copyright reasons. Wow, amazing! It's almost like the whole city came out of a movie or something. I think so, yeah. Wow, more than 300 years ago. Oh, I don't know about the history of England or Britain. What? The Great Fire of London? Robert Hooke? Okay. Da Vinci of England. I wonder if Tenbridge is actually a real place in England, because I said before that it's like sounds similar to Cambridge, right? But then again, now that I think about it, maybe Tenbridge is actually a real place. I know it makes sense cause we're in England, but there sure is a lot of horizontal writing. Survey the area, you mean? Thanks for the history lesson, Yotsuko. Appreciated. Worth measuring? Yeah, I mean that time there's no like advanced technology to measure stuff. I had no idea what she was talking about. Well, history lesson. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Tenbridge is actually Cambridge, right? It's just that they can't use Cambridge for copyright reasons. Oh really? Spans a total of 10 bridges? So maybe Tenbridge is actually a real place. I should Google it out later. Even though Tenbridge University is supposed to be filled with lots of intelligent people, the origin of its name is a little too simple, don't you think? Log house? What's my grandpa doing in a place like that, I wonder? Makes sense. Could the role my grandpa spent all of his time during the last few years be somewhere within the campus? Did he actually have a place somewhere around the world where he could do his research in total solitude? I guess I could, oddly enough, see that being the case, as even in my own study room I just divided my desk according to what I was thinking. Divided your desk, okay? You're really very specific, Yotsuko. You did your research. Good to know. 680 yards? That's like in golf terms, yeah, kind of slightly longer than an average par 5. 7. Okay, a place within 720 meters is considered close, I guess. Do you really have to define everything? Is that so? Oh, nice view there. I wonder what Grandpa would think if he could see me now. Actually, I like one thing about this visual novel is that sometimes they transition to this kind of like cinematic view, then with the dialogue at the bottom. Yeah, it's quite cool. Of course, see it for ourselves. Define it, huh? Well, not completely, but you can understand to some extent. Is that how it is? Don't you think that's like a hard way to live your life?
いいえ、測定と定義は私の生きがいです。楽しいですよ、毎日が。
Well, I respect that. Measuring and defining things. Your rice on the tray.
毎朝自分の3サイズを測っているときに、今日を生きる自分の手応えが得られます。
You take your own body measurements. Care to tell me what your boob measurement is? Yeah, you know F cup, E cup, like ow, the waist. Wait, you really take your own body measurements every single day just to see how heavy you are or something?
当たり前じゃないですか。朝永くんは測らないんですか？
No, I don't. Hell no, the thought of measuring myself has never even crossed my mind. Bringing up a fairly sexual topic like this without any hesitation. That's you, Syuji, especially after you group those boobs right in the beginning, but that was much later. Yotsuko really grew up. Okay. Alright, we're at the entrance to the university, I think. So this is Cambridge University, huh? The epicenter of modern science. The whole city was also like that, but every single building looks kinda... how do I put it? Oh, well, they're 300 years old, so...
12世紀に創立された名門ですからね。今のキャンパスは15世紀に建てられて以来、未だに現役の建物もあります。
12th century actually is like 8 centuries ago. That's about 800 years ago. That's more like 500 years ago. Impressive, no, more like 800 years ago. Or 700, you know. Yeah, but yeah, more than 500 years ago, yes.
ケンブリッジといえば、ロバート・フックのダーウィン、マクスウェル、それに
all those famous names, Darwin, Maxwell. I'm not familiar with Robert Hooke though.
あのアイザック・ニュートンも在籍していた名門中の名門です。
Even Isaac Newton.
彼らが過ごした学び屋に今こうして立っているんだと思うと血は筋肉踊りますね。
You look like you're drooling there. Kind of.
何ですか？
Oh, nothing. I was just oddly impressed with the fact that you seem to have such big mood swings when you talk about these things, Yotsuko.
当たり前じゃないですか。人を何だと思ってるんですか？
Yeah, they are famous people, yeah, famous scientists.
ちなみに血は筋肉踊るの定義はある事象について考察しているときに意図せず心拍数が 1.08 倍以上になること。
Thanks for the exposition, Yotsuko. Wow, it's really amazing that you are aware that your heart rate multiplies by 1.08 times.
訓練ですよ、朝永くん。測定は訓練です。行きましょう。
Measuring is a form of training, I guess, especially when you always have to measure your body. Right. I started following behind Yotsuko, pamphlet in hand. It was the first week of May. There weren't many students on campus, possibly because they were all in lectures. Once we had passed through the campus, we started climbing up a gentle slope. Oh, so this is where Grandpa lives. And there's an apple tree behind. Oh, yeah, the apple tree. So this is where we're gonna meet that Newton girl or something. Then a small cabin came into view. Yep. Yotsuko turned around to face me again. Is that so? That's... how should I say this? I once again looked up at the small cabin that was built right on top of the hill. Though I had to say, compared to the overwhelming buildings from before, the size of this thing sure lacked some of that same punch. Well, maybe he just wants a simple livelihood, you know. Compared to some of the other buildings we saw, this one just seems small and cozy. Oh, interesting. And that may also explain the apple tree behind the house. I mean, you know, right? Isaac Newton, he discovered gravity when the apple fell off. An apple fell off a tree. Yeah. Maybe this is where it happened. Well, my grandpa did have a deep fondness for Newton after all.
何か調べ物でもしていたんですかね。
That was right. Grandpa used to always tell us stories about Newton back when we were young. About how he was the father of modern science, and that he was very knowledgeable about politics. And yet, even with all of that, the man had a humble personality, as he was a good person as well. I thought back on how happy he was when he spoke about those things. This certainly was a place where he would have spent all of his time, but I felt strangely put off. Why? Let's try going in, shall we?
はい。
We're in, going in. Wait, where's the light switch? Oh, it's so dark. Where's Grandpa?
電気来てないのかもしれませんね。
What? Don't tell me we're using oil lamps? Yeah, good point. We took advantage of the daylight leaking through the open door and started looking around inside. Before long, we discovered some candles and a box of matches within our switch. Just some candles, huh?
ニュートンの時代、電気どころかガス灯すらないですからね。
Oh, they don't even have gas lamps? Oh, okay. So, yeah, oil lamps. When I say oil lamps, I was referring to gas lamps. No, Americans, they call it gas lamps, right? Yeah, but okay, so they use candles. Quite the primitive age they lived in back then, huh? Ahem. As we entered the room, a cloud of dust that had accumulated on the floor got sent up into the air. Oh, okay. Seemed like the place hadn't been properly maintained at all over the years.
窓開けますね。
Yeah, sure. Sure, go ahead. Yeah, let the light shine in. There was a book stand placed at either edge of the desk. And there are some seats too. On one end was Cosmology by Steven Weinberg, and on the other was Paul Dirac's The Principles of Quantum Mechanics. Paul Dirac's. Both books were famous, and these copies were worn out. These copies were worn out? I think you mean sold out? Perhaps they line up some of the natural science books next to each other in order to show them off to random tourists. At that moment, I suddenly heard an unfamiliar sound and raised my head. Yotsuko had put a measuring device on the edge of the desk. You're even measuring the desk, Yotsuko? Huh?
どうしました？
That's what I should be asking you, don't you think? What are you trying to do?
計測ですけど。
Why?
ふむふむ。
Yotsuko took a memo pad from her pouch and started writing something down, as if she had figured out something all on her own.
あ、お気になさらず。一通り測っておきますので。
Okay, sure, you go do your math thing. Right, after saying that, Yotsuko ran around the back of the desk and began measuring the size of the drawer. It was normally difficult enough to not mind what she was doing, but it was even tougher in that moment. Huh? Something the matter?
扉がありますね。
Trapdoor? Oh, I wonder where the trapdoor leads. Said Yotsuko, who had been crouching beneath the desk while looking up at me. Is that where Grandpa is? A trapdoor? Upon further inspection, I noticed a square indent in the floor. Can you open it?
どうなんでしょう。
Well, if you can't, I'll open it. I stooped down to get under the desk and wiped away some of the dust. The opening was only big enough for one person to go through at a time. Could it lead to a basement?
ですね。
Does Isaac Newton have a base? I mean, this used to be Isaac Newton's house, right? So that's a basement? The square-shaped trapdoor had 3 hinges on it and a single hole. I wondered if you have to put something into the hole and then lift up to open it. Maybe with your finger? Maybe it was a hidden room.
入ってみますか？
Sure, why not? We should be adventurous at this point in time. Huh? You sure that's a good idea? Come on, Syuji, don't be a coward.
せっかくここまで来たんだし、なんというか、あざとすぎませんか？
Yeah, I'm definitely dying to see it. Lies ahead or what?
机の下の地下室への扉。
Well, I guess so.
はい、どうぞ。
Okay. Yotsuko held out a metal pole about the same length as me. So using that pole to open it?
この棒を そこの穴に入れます。
Right. Push this metaphor into the hole. There we go. The door was lighter than it appeared to be at first, since it opened after applying just a small bit of force. Wait, is it like a button mechanism where you just put the metal pole into the hole and then there's a button or something like that? Or is it more like you feed the metal pole into the hole and then you pull it out? Okay.
何か見えますか?
Is this a ladder?
降りてみましょう。明かり持ってきます。
Okay. With the light Yotsuko brought in hand, is it a torch or something? I began descending the ladder. Because they just said light. What kind of light though? Maybe it's a candle light? Or is it a torch? Oh, this is so dark. I see a telescope. Some kind of a telescope here though. The basement turned into a dome, moderate in size. I have a feeling that this space could hold about 4 or 5 people at most. Looking at the wall, there were 4 candle holders in total placed against it. Okay, let's light them up. Yotsuko, I'll light the candles. Okay, so it's a candle. Yotsuko was holding a candle. Oh, there's also matches, right? So yeah. Yeah. Oh, cool. Nice looking dome right here. What? What now? What's going on? Both of our gazes were transfixed on a single mysterious device enshrined right in the center of the dome. Actually, it doesn't really look like a telescope, right? I mean, on first sight, it looks like a telescope, but I mean, this is a dome, so I don't know why you need a telescope to look at what, though. I think this is a microscope. Also, doesn't look like a microscope. It's a reflecting telescope, isn't it? Reflecting telescope. Newtonian. Huh. That was right. I still remembered it. It was my favorite tool when I was young. It has since been made obsolete by modern telescopes, but I fell in love with its simple, almost primitive design. And though I may call it primitive, you could see through it really well. What is it used for though? I mean, to see through something? Definitely not the stars, right? What's it doing here in the basement? The telescope, right in the middle of the dome-shaped room, looked more like it had been set up there than simply put in storage. I tried peering into the ocular lens, but naturally since the inside of the room wasn't all that well lit, only the blurry darkness was reflected. What is it? Without me noticing, Yotsuko had already prepared her measuring device. You're even going to measure the telescope? You're planning to measure this as well, huh? Okay, so if you exceed it, what will happen? If you exceed the 40 seconds. Alright, fine. Go right ahead. Upon saying that, Yotsuko started to measure the sizes of each of the parts very precisely, from the sub-lens tube to the cylindrical main lens tube, up to the ocular lens, then back down to the cylindrical frame. And the music kind of sounds like something is going to happen down here. 7 times larger. It really looked like there were various numbers, right, flying around in her head. Yeah, but you don't have a weighing machine. Yotsuko said while applying her measuring device to the base of the sphere. As the name suggested, the globular pedestal frame was a cylindrical telescope body mounted on top of a round-shaped body, which was in turn placed on a solid base to ensure a wide range of motion. Man, that should have brought me back. When I was just a kid, I became obsessed with that telescope. Though it had a very primitive design, it was a tool that would give a fairly accurate depiction of the distant stars. I used to always tamper with the base of the sphere, which could move around in all kinds of directions. When Yotsuko tilted the big telescope in order to measure the diameter of the sphere, I noticed a strange hole right at the bottom of it. A strange hole? What's up with this hole? I interrupted Yotsuko's measurements and crouched down so I could try looking into it. It turned out to be a keyhole. A keyhole! Interesting. A keyhole to what? Kagiana. Yep, Sure looks like it. Why would there be a keyhole inside of the telescope? Could it be that there's something inside of there? The sphere was the size of a volleyball. I wonder where the key is. So perhaps it was possible that my grandpa hid something very important inside of this hole. Oh, the thing around Yotsuko's neck. Oh? On the choker she was wearing around her neck. So that's what the key is for? Actually, come to think about it, where's grandpa? We haven't seen him yet. Don't tell me he's inside that telescope or something. I don't know. The key my grandpa sent to Yotsuko. You see this keyhole here? That brass key was the only thing my grandpa sent us after he went missing. So he did go missing. Okay, probably into this telescope or something. So we're going to rescue him or something. Yotsuko removed the choker from her neck. I'm pretty sure, yeah. Well, no, but it's worth a shot, right? Was what I told her, but honestly I felt confident. That key would fit into the keyhole, and that I would succeed in opening the lid to the telescope. I was really curious as to what my grandpa hid under that telescope. What did he trust to no one but Yotsuko? Yeah, might as well test it out. I don't know what wacky adventure we're about to get into, but it's always fun, right? Right. What's wrong? You getting nervous? So you want me to open it? I don't mind. Of course it is. After all, you're the one who got the key from Grandpa, right? Well, here we go. Yotsuko hesitated a little but crouched down and inserted the key into the slot. It opened. What do we see? And when Yotsuko turned the key... Whoa, what just happened? The telescope emitted a strong bright light. Whoa, what the... The floor we were standing on began to stretch out as if it was made out of rubber. Woo! The scene in front of me was slowly fading out completely. What the... What? Well, that was something. What happened? Look at the sound effect. Where are we? When I came to, I was lying down on the floor. The rough, grainy floor hitting my cheek felt cold to the touch. We're still in the dome, but it seemed kind of different now, and it sounds like it's raining. It appeared that the floor had regained its solidity. What? What had happened? If the key fit into the slot, I thought for sure that a lid would have popped open somewhere. I got up feeling slightly dazed. What? Wait. What happened to the place? What's going on? Why is the place burning? What the hell? Why are there tree trunks here and then there's fire burning? The books! Those tree branches crawling all over the ceiling weren't there before, were they? No, hold on. Those weren't tree branches. Roots? Ah, the fire from the candle felt great. Do you know what situation you're in, Syuji? Looked like it was burning quite well. Syuji? Wait, what the hell is going on here? The candle's burning the roots. The fire. Yotsuko! Yotsuko! Are you alright? There's a fire! Huh? What happened? Well, the roots. The tree roots crawling across the ceiling are on fire. Tree roots crawling across the ceiling. I never thought the day would come where I would use such obviously fantasy-inspired lingo. Well, it's not surprising though, this isn't quite fantasy yet. But okay. Well, open your eyes and look up. The confused Yotsuko's eyes had come to a full stop when they were facing the ceiling. Right around the center of the dome, near a big tree trunk, the fire continued to burn. Did the candle also get teleported or something? Get transported or something? Then the roots caught fire thanks to the candle fire. Yeah, you know, we should get out of here. Let's get upstairs before the fire gets there. No time to worry about that now. We should get out of here first. Never mind, let's just go already. I put the motionless Yotsuko's hand and urged her to go up the ladder. Soon afterwards, I proceeded to run up the ladder as well. It was hot. If the fire were to spread to the ladder, we wouldn't have been able to get out. Right when the worst possibility had passed through my mind, Yotsuko's movements came to a complete stop. What are you doing? What's wrong, Yotsuko? Hurry up! Even when I called out to her, there came no response. Yotsuko? Hey! I hesitated for a moment, but then I boosted Yotsuko by the base of her feet with one hand. And with the other, I could feel the soft plump sensation of Yotsuko's butt. Well, we just have to touch her, yes, because we have to push her. Pushing her up just like that, I kept going up until we reached solid ground once again. Where in the world are we now? Oh, it's this girl right here. Okay, girl. Why are you staring at me? Like, in the middle of the fire? Come on, girl, save me! The rapidly increasing intensity of the flames made it painful to keep my eyes open. In the middle of the scene that was gradually fading away as a result of the strong, dazzling light was a single girl standing in the distance. And then something in front of the girl suddenly burst into flames. What was that? Huh? A tree? Well, yeah, a tree. What was going on here? Where was I? That girl? Who was she? Why was the tree burning brighter than the sun? And where did the library my grandfather stayed in disappear to? So, like, I think it looks like with... Well, I kind of have a hunch what happened, but I probably won't say yet. Yeah, I think you guys know. My head spun with thoughts like a merry-go-round. Whoa! Perhaps the air within the tree had caught fire, as an immensely loud explosive sound echoed through the air, then caused the trunk of the burning tree to start tilting to the side. Yotsuko and I then faced the girl who was staring at us with an aghast look on her face. Wait, is that... Don't tell me that tree is the apple tree. that now it's got burned down thanks to the candle light below. And then she's like just staring in shock or something. Seeing the whole place up in flames, the girl collapsed. Hey! Hey! Pulling Yotsuko along by her hand, I quickly ran to the girl's side. She must have fainted because this is a precious tree or something like that. Hey! I grabbed her delicate, slender body under an arm and jumped forward. Ah, that's how you ended up in that situation, I see. Yeah, from that beginning. The tree dressed in a rope of flames fell where the three of us stood just seconds ago. Phew! Abunakata, that was close. What in the world was going on here? I lifted myself up slightly. A mere dozen or so seconds had been all it took to cover my body in wounds. Yotsuko, are you okay? And you... I called out to the two girls in front of me. Well... but okay. Oh. That explains all these red sparks, you know. Yeah, these red sparks actually belong to the crackers of the fire. Yeah. Yeah, that's how we end up in this situation. Whoa! What are you crying out for, Syuji? I was the one who wouldn't be okay. Something very unusual was going on. Yeah, your hands. What was this? Plum softness overflowing beneath my right hand. For in the center of my left palm was a small pouch, one as perky as a fledgling bird. In my right hand rested the perfect embodiment of a guy's fantasies. Yeah, your childhood friend's boobs. It gave me a sense of security, accepting my entire being. With even the most minor movement, it bounced back softly in response. But did that mean my left hand was unhappy? Not at all. In fact, it was experiencing complete bliss too. There was a faint softness hiding behind the several layers of clothing, almost imperceptible. It wasn't obvious, but it was definitely there. I think definitely is spelled wrong there. Yeah, definitely it should be T, right? Not V. Around us, the male form legs. At the very least, I could say that it certainly wasn't losing out to my right hand. You could even say it was winning, in a certain way.
Asanaga-kun.
Huh?
Asanaga-kunの手が私の胸部に触れてから32秒経っています。
Well, it's not breasts, but just one boob. This is not what it looks like. I mean, I pushed you down so that to save you from the fire, I didn't mean to like push you on the boobs. This was a critical moment where I had to carefully consider what my next move would be. I think this girl is still in shock over what happened. The girl in my left hand. A blonde, twin-tailed, gorgeous green-eyed beauty. Perky bird girl looked up at me. Okay, why is her perky bird though? Just because she has that perkiness in her moves. And for a moment I thought our eyes were going to meet. But instead she seemed to be staring past me, up at the endless blue sky, up at the burning tree, really. Hey, are you okay?
胸触ったまま言うセリフですか? それ
Yeah. Oh.
今とてつもなく重要なことを思いつきそうだったんだぞ.
Most groundbreaking discovery, yeah, but too bad. Well, yeah, the tree burned down before the apple could fall. Something like that. The girl whose mind had seemed to be anywhere but here suddenly raised her voice. A person with any common sense wouldn't speak this loudly, not when their listener was this close to them. Well, she's angry.
凡人が1000年かかってもかすりもしないアイデアがお前のせいで消えた.
Come again? Well, we can always show it to her again, because we know about gravity. Yeah, we just take any object and then we just drop. Yeah, and there we go. Yeah, this is the greatest discovery.
分かってるのか凡人.
Calm down, girl. Ah, well. The situation was completely turned on its head as she began snapping at me like a badly behaved puppy. What? Yes, you're noticing it now? Now what?
お前なぜ私の胸を触ってるんだ?
I just pushed you away from the fire, I guess I'm sorry about that.
普通にごめんってなんだ? 変態. いや、凡人. 変態.
So which one is it?
変態じゃ足りん. 変態. 違う. 童貞.
Ouch! Hey, knock it off. I know it's true, but you don't have to say it.
離せ. 手をどけろ. 朝永くん、話してあげてください。かわいそうでこれ以上見ていられません。
Yeah, you're right.
どこまでも落ちていく幼馴染を見ているのはさすがの私でも辛いです。
You mean I'm the pitiful one? You certainly are. I see. That made sense. Thinking it over, I sure was pitiful, wasn't I? Yeah, this is the flashback that the scene that we saw right in the beginning of the game. The world is vast and old, and yet I don't think anyone's been quite as wrecked as I just was. How did it all begin again? Ah, for goodness sake. Let's come down for a second. With that sensation of softness overflowing out of my right hand. Come down for a second. Okay. What? Well, might as well stand up first. Right. I was able to think back to all the events that led up to this point very carefully. Yep. Though I knew I would. Actually, I think that scene earlier, I think that part could have been cut off because we already saw it right in the beginning, right? So we can just fast forward to this point, but okay. But I had yet to fully grasp the situation I found myself in. Why are you still groping their boobs, boy? Okay, so her name is Alice, but I think she hasn't revealed her name yet to us. To any Syuji and Yotsuko. Oh, sorry about that. I just needed a moment in order to gather my thoughts, you know. Well, you know, yeah, that's totally an excuse to continue feeling my boobs, yeah? I mean, feeling their boobs.
人の胸を触ったまま一旦落ち着くな。もうこの体勢になってから67秒も経っています。いい加減起きましょう。
No, give me another 44 more seconds. No, actually, make that, yeah. Give me another 54 more seconds. I need 2 minutes to touch them. Oh, what the hell, man? The whole tree's on fire, really? Yeah, I think this is indeed the apple tree that we saw earlier behind that cabin. Yeah, now it's all burned down thanks to that candle flame. Poor girl. That means now that the apple tree has been burned down, that means the tree in the present, the apple tree in the present probably is down too. I think so. So, are the two of you alright? Okay, so there's some inconsistency. I mean, let me see here. Because there was one section that put Alice, right? Then here is back to the question mark. Yeah, that's what I thought. That part, the Alice part, should have been question mark instead of Alice. Yeah, yeah. So that one, something for the as well press to take note. They might have made a mistake there, but yeah. The angry blonde-haired girl had done nothing other than snarl at me constantly. Yeah, this seems like we're in the past, doesn't it? Yotsuko didn't really seem to care at all, as she was completely focused on the fact that the surrounding scenery had suddenly changed. Yeah, the cabin's gone. Well, I didn't blame her. After all, the cabin vanished without a single trace. Then there was a tree that appeared in its place. And afterwards we bumped into a girl who yapped like a puppy. So what on earth was going on? Yeah, it looks like we have gone back in time. There's no other explanation than time travel. We can't possibly have been teleported to another place because this is the same exact spot. Just that we're in a, like maybe in a different dimension, or like we've gone back in time. Most likely it's gone back in time, you know. Seeing that this game is about Newton. What happened to Grandpa after working on his research in God knows where for so many years? Yeah, knows. About the underground dome, there was only one entrance in it, right? Sorry for ignoring you, girl, but we're trying to figure out what is going on here. Did that tree just grow? Also, more importantly, what happened to the cabin? Well, it grew, yes, but now it's being burned down. Shouldn't we like extinguish the flames or something? If we had lost consciousness for several years, I don't think we have gone into the future. Like, seriously, no. Doesn't seem like it. Okay. No way. Even if we had passed out, the time it would take for a tree that totally obliterated the cabin to grow. Well, if we time travel, that doesn't mean we will become young or become old, you know. No, first of all, we should ask her what is the year. Yeah, what is the year? Matured, huh? Sorry, girl. Yeah, we should ask her some questions, you know, like what is the year? Ow! That hurts! Yeah, even she's confused, you know. Stop calling me a virgin. No, don't call me a virgin. Hey, stop calling me that already. Ah, stop it. It was just an accident. And I was trying to save you two. Yeah, it's on purpose. I'm sorry, girls. I'm sorry. It's just that my mind started spinning and I... 10 whole centuries? That's like 1 millennium. Human development? What, all because I touched your flat chest? What did she mean by us influencing the entirety of mankind for the next 1,000 years? Things sure got out of hand again. Come on, ask her for the year. Come on now. Still, her arrogance up to that point was admirable. Well, even if I did touch their chest accidentally, it was still inappropriate. Yeah, that's true. Though I would have never imagined that it exceeded 1 full minute. But still, it was an extremely weird series of events for us. My bad, I apologize. But we seriously didn't mean any harm.
それどころじゃない。この世の中に私が考えてることよりも大切なものなんて一つとしてない。
Like seriously, can't we just ask for her name already? Whoa, okay. Now I think you're taking a bit too far.
二度と私を軽んじるようなことを言うな。というか、二度と私の前に現れるな。いいな。
Mark? Who are you calling Mark? Why are you calling Yotsuko a Mark? Oh no, where are you going? After leaving such a strong impression, the girl left the premises with big prideful steps as soon as she finished talking. What's the deal? I heard a disturbing sound and turned around to find that the fire from the fallen tree was gradually starting to spread out even further. We should totally extinguish it. The fire? Oh yeah, that's right. The fire! I completely forgot!
忘れないでください。燃えてます。一大事です。胸の話をしている場合ではありません。
I'm not talking about rest though. What do we do? Checking all of my surroundings, I couldn't find even a single thing that might be able to put out the fire.
すみません。通ります。
Oh, someone else is coming. Oh, what? Oh, Meido! Looking around in the direction of the voice, I saw a group of about 7 or 8 people turning up at the exact same time. Man number 1.
いいのかよ、放っておいて。そのうち全部燃やされちゃうんじゃねえのか。はーい、
お水どんどんください。
Alright. It was a bucket relay. I was actually watching a bucket relay, with the maid being the one giving the orders. But what I was most curious about was the fact that everyone was staying so calm, almost as if a fire breaking out was a common occurrence over here. Could this perhaps have been her idea of a practical joke? No. Come on, think of where we are now. Like, yeah, I kind of figured they most likely had got back time. Oh no, poor tree. Look at this poor tree burned down, oh my god. The apple's gone and all. How are we going to grow it back? We need to grow the apple tree back so that Newton can discover. I presume that girl is Newton, right? Yeah, Newton can discover that amazing discovery that is gravity. And before long, the fire had been put out.
やれやれ、毎回これで仕事止まるんだから勘弁してほしいよ、まったく。
あとは私がやっておきますね。皆さんありがとうございました。
はいよ。
The men returned back to group, leaving only the maid behind, who started to clean up the place by gathering together all of the buckets. A maid? Wait, did Cambridge University employ maids? I was sure that if a science school like that did exist, you would get so many applicants that its test scores would be the best for miles around. Ah, hello there. Nice to meet you. There had just been a fire, and she had found a couple of outsiders, namely us, right at the scene. Way too suspicious. We looked way too suspicious. She would completely suspect we were the ones that started the fire. Well, I don't think she's that bad of a person, so trust me, it wasn't us. You see, when we do notice the fire, it was already well, actually, literally, they're the ones at fault because of the candle flames at the dome. That's the one that causes the fire to catch fire. I mean, yeah, causes the tree to catch fire. Okay. Huh? Was she talking about the fire? It happened all the time here? What in the world was that? Was I with that? That was scary to think about.
怪我がなくてよかった。お二人は留学生の方？
You can say that. Exchange students?
あれ？違うんですか？
Right. You could say we're sightseeing. Or you could also say we're just passing through.
わざわざテンブリッジ大学を見に？
Yes, that's correct. We indeed went out of our way. I would say yes, especially for that. It only took me getting on an airplane for 15 hours straight, plus another 3-hour long bus ride afterwards. Well, if we told her that, I think she'd be like, what? Airplane? Bus?
ここも気持ちのいい場所ですけど、観光だったら聖堂と図書館もぜひ見ていってくださいね。
Okay, sure. The library?
あっちですよ。ほら、あの大きな建物。
The maid proceeded to stand on her tiptoes and point at a building somewhere far off in the distance. Which one? This one? Oh, this one. Like she said, it was a fairly big building. Well, when it came to science, Cambridge was the best institute around after all.
何かわからないことがあったら、中庭真正面の建物にいるフェローの誰かに聞いてみてくださいね。
Can't these two just like ask what the year is? Fellas?
教授みたいなものです。
I see.
じゃあ、私はこれで。
I guess we'll be seeing more of her soon. So,
あの、
here we go, Yotsuko. You're about to ask the most important question.
はい。
Actually, why does that translate to "Can I help you with something"? She just said hi. Then you might as well just put yes. Why do you have to like put so many words in just hi? Like seriously, I've actually been noticing this kind of translation thing also in the Sakura game. Like those kind of simple phrase like hi, they I don't know why the translator likes to translate it to very long like "Can I help you with something?" When you hear this again,
はい。
she just said hi, so that is actually like yes. So why do you have to translate that to "Can I help you with something?" Like seriously, that's one thing I don't like about this kind of translations. Yeah, I get don't forgive me, but I get pretty annoyed when it comes to this kind of translation. If you actually want to translate as "Can I help you with something?" then that would be "Do nasaimasu ka?" Something like that. It would be something long, right? But not hi. Hi doesn't translate to "Can I help you with something?" Hi just translates to yes, right? Like seriously, what is this? But anyway.
ここに建物が建っていたと思うんですけど。ここに？はい。
Oh yeah, that's right. One that looks just like the cabin with white walls.
私、ここで執務を始めて数年経ちますけど。
See, for several years now. So you must question what year is it now?
この場所に小屋が建ってたことはないような。
Huh. No way, that can't be. I could have sworn there was one a little while ago.
ごめんなさい、お役に立てなくて。私も執務に戻りますので、何かお困りのことがあれば、フェローの方に聞いてみてください。
One of the fellas, one of the professors. Sure.
では、良い観光を。
You should have asked her for the year. She's a real honest to goodness maid. I watched the maid taking her leave as she slowly trotted along. She was really friendly and pretty to boot. Those fearsome westerners. Blonde hair, blue eyes, and maid outfit. Wasn't that a bit too greedy? Actually, you think, why is there a maid in the first place? Yeah, I mean, nowadays I don't think you see maids that often. In England especially, out in the open even. Not to mention in a university. Plus, more importantly, that white headband of hers fit her perfectly. Simply outrageous. Completely and utterly outrageous. But anyway, enough about that. Hey Yotsuko, what do you want to do next? I said, trying to call out to Yotsuko. Yotsuko took her smartphone out of her pocket and looked at the screen. Oh, that would be interesting. I wonder if I don't think the smartphone would like suddenly rewind time, right? Would it? Because, I mean, does the phone actually sync to the current time? No, right? But I think Yotsuko might have suspected something. What's up?
結局私たちはどれくらいの時間気を失っていたのか気になったんですが。
So you mean like the time didn't move much on your smartphone? Oh yeah, what time is it now? I took my smartphone out of my pocket as well. The time 3:31 was shown on the display. It was 2:30 when we arrived at the city of Tenridge. So when we finally got to the university, it must have been around 3 o'clock, I think. About 30 minutes, huh? Since I explored the room for a short time after we entered the cabin, we must have only lost consciousness for just a few minutes, right? If not, maybe even a mere 10 seconds. Out of range here? Huh? Out of range? Right after Yotsuko said that, I once again peered at the screen of my smartphone. She was right. We were out of range. Both of us applied for the overseas flat rate data communication service back at the Narita airport though. Even though the nice lady with the scarf around her neck told us we didn't need to replace our SIM cards. We wouldn't be able to use them after all, it seemed.
Wi-Fi も一つも飛んでない。小屋に入る前は17種類飛んでいたのに。
You should realize that you're in a different dimension by now. You counted them, huh? I also tried checking the Wi-Fi status from the settings menu. And lo and behold, it wasn't picking up a single connection. We suddenly found ourselves in a rather unusual situation. When I got to England, there was free Wi-Fi wherever I went, including university.
通信局からの電波も Wi-Fi も消えた。
Asking for the year, I've been saying it umpteen times, but like seriously. I wonder if my smartphone broke. You know, because of the whole heat deal? Nah, unlikely. Yotsuko? Yotsuko seemed to be pondering deeply about something, while slowly shifting her gaze left and right. She must have suspected it.
浅永くん、図書館に行ってみましょう。
Oh, library? Okay. Huh? Reading at a time like this?
確かめたいことがあります。
Oh, sure. Okay.